For more on this, let's bring in political expert and assistant professor at the University of Mount St. Vincent, J.C. Polanco. J.C., good to see you. Are you surprised that the mayor finally made this decision to drop out? I know it's something that had been speculated for weeks, or were you expecting this to happen sooner than later?
I'm not surprised, but I am concerned that it took so long, right? And it was such a tough decision, Chris. I mean, you're sitting mayor of New York and you're backing out and saying, I'm not running anymore, basically ending your political career. It was a tough one. The question becomes, is it too little too late, or is there still time? And many of us think that there's still time to shake things up, because in politics, a day is an eternity.
Yeah, so now his name is going to remain on the ballot, as you know, because it's too late to obviously have it removed. Could this actually help Andrew Cuomo or even Curtis Sliwa close in on Mamdani, or do you see this as being one of those issues where, you know, now the race takes on a whole different complexion?
Total different complexion. I mean, the psychology of the race has changed as well. Look, your natural voter for Mayor Adams is a Cuomo voter, right? This is an out-of-borough, blue-collar worker, homeowner. These are folks we know are going to gravitate to former Governor Cuomo. But Mr. Sliwa definitely wants this opportunity because he believes strongly. He won't win the majority, but he believes that he can win a plurality of the vote. If the Democrats are split between Assemblyman Mamdani and former Governor Cuomo, that's why Curtis Sliwa hasn't dropped out. He's raising money. He's focused. He's trying to get as many votes as possible, hoping that Democrats are going to split the vote. But there's no question that former Governor Cuomo benefits a great deal from this. And now in the next couple of weeks, people are going to be more focused on this race, asking questions about who's the most qualified to be mayor of the city of New York.
What was the biggest downfall for Mayor Adams these last couple of weeks, do you feel? I mean, I know he talks about the public matching funds not being there, but his numbers were so incredibly low for, I mean, I know, again, I understand that there's the controversy that surrounds this mayor, but when you look overall, not the worst mayor the city has ever had. To have numbers this low seemed a little bit odd.
Look, he was sailing to re-election. Low crime rates, low unemployment rate, economic development higher than before, and we have more housing than ever before. Look, this was a mayor that would have been riding high through the re-election campaign, but he made some managerial mistakes, kept the wrong people around him, and quite frankly, the drip from the indictment to the agreement that was made with President Trump really hurt his re-election chances. That last move by President Trump in assisting him was a kiss of death politically in New York City. So there was no way he was going to come out of this. He did the right thing, but you're right. Considering the numbers that he's going to leave the city behind with crime, unemployment, housing, there was no way he would have lost re-election. The
immigration issue, I know, is something that definitely brought it, I guess, from a public perception standpoint, between that and the corruption surrounding the Trump, the deal that you talk about right there. It was all really too much of a groundswell for him to recover from.
It was just way too much. And as far as the migration issue, remember, it was Eric Adams that went to the White House during the Biden administration to ask for help and to stop the migration that was happening here. And they wouldn't even sit with him. So, I mean, it was like every single card was against him. And this, at the end of the day, will be a Shakespearean tragedy for us to study in classrooms across the country.
Quick legacy, just a quick legacy question for you. Your thoughts on Mayor Adams' legacy?
Well, his legacy is solid on crime, unemployment, housing, job development, and economic development. But on the corruption allegations, in the court of public opinion, he was guilty. He never got a chance at the court of law. But in the court of public opinion, unfortunately, the books are going to look back and say, great mayor, but had questionable character. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because normally under the circumstances, if you're facing charges and you get the president of the United States to step in and say, to the DOJ, you know what, exonerate him of these charges. We don't want to move forward. You would think that would be a good move. But sadly, this way that totally worked against this mayor. All right, J.C., thank you. Good to see you as always. Talk with you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Stay with CBS News New York for the very latest updates on the election. And to see all of our reporting on this race, you can head back to cbsnewyork.com.